Hello everybody, this is Adam, and this is it, the 5th video, the awakening of the Crown Chakra. Not only that, but the end of our 7-week chakra healing camp. If you've watched every single video, I do thank you for that, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. But let's talk about the Crown Chakra. When this is opened, we already kind of discussed it in the previous video, but let's really elaborate on a bunch of these and how you're going to feel and what you're going to feel when this chakra is opened. So this is a lot of interpersonal things that are associated with this. You will feel a state of blissful union with all that is of spiritual elasticity. It's a powerful thing. You will know exactly what you were put on this earth for. You will know. You will understand that the limitations that you believe that were on your mind were just limitations that you put on yourself. It's associated with the transcendence of our limitations. Limitations are nothing. You are not limited to the power of that. You are a human being. The power that humans have is incredible. And most successful people, actually all successful people at this point, understand that limitations is something that you put on yourself, and you need to get that out of your head immediately. This is the link to the infinite. This is the universe. This is the universal understanding of the world and your consciousness. You will be aware of a higher consciousness. You will be wise. Your wisdom will be profound. And people might come to you for spiritual guidance. When this one is first opened, I will recommend if your crown chakra opens and somebody is coming to you for spiritual help, I won't recommend you to help them. And I'm going to explain to you why. When this chakra is open, every chakra becomes released in another way. It's like another level of enlightenment that is so profound. I'll tie this into a story to give you at least a better illustration of what I'm talking about. About a year ago, when this chakra opened for me, I was meditating in my old house. I was in Michigan at the time. And the experience, it took 2.5 hours passed by. I got home about 6 o'clock after dinner at that time, and I was exhausted with how I was. I was not rich by any stretch of the imagination, and I was tired of it. And I knew the other ones were pretty much balanced up until third eye and crown. Both of them opened essentially at the same time. When this happened, it felt like I was floating. I passed out. I was sitting there for about 2.5 hours. It was about almost 11 o'clock. Kind of. And around me, this is what I felt. Around me, not me, but around me, it was thick of energy. It felt like you can cut the power and the negativity and all of that with a knife. I was overwhelmed. I cried. I was overwhelmed. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. I called my mother, and I told her what was going on, and she knew exactly. She told me to leave, but something told me to stay. And I'm like, I have to stay. Something is here, and I gotta face this. So I did. Another hour passed by, and I did it again. And it got lighter and lighter, and then, I basically was in a daze. And I went to bed. The dream that I had was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. I was breaking a piece of glass around light. And it was like a dark piece of glass. And I was just chipping away at it. And I felt like the symbolism was that you are broken this. The mold has been shattered. The limitations that you put on yourself, the divorce that I keep saying divorce, it essentially was the breakup that you went through, and the stress of college was just broken. It was gone. That limiting focus was gone. When I woke up, I smelled roses. It was so weird. And this was in Michigan, and roses do not grow well in Michigan. This was, March, April? And I just walked around. I looked at everything, still in this weird transcendental, consciousness. And it took me like a minute to kind of figure out where I was. I was like, it felt like a new place. It was the most intense experience of my life. At that moment, as soon as I kind of came back into the reality of the situation, that was it. I found that common purpose. I was in that, I think that like floaty weightiness was my state of bliss, and around me was this negative energy. I went to, what time? This was on a Friday, so I didn't go to school, but I did so much art, and it was the best work I did up until that point. Senior, about 2 weeks out, and I just drew and painted, and it was fun. It was fun again. And even to this day, art is still fun to me. It doesn't feel like a job anymore. And at that time, I just felt like, oh my God, am I going to do this for the rest of my life? I feel bored, and I hate this, and I hate my life. La 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 la. And I thanked, it wasn't God per se, I thanked the universe for this awakening. I just kept saying thank you, to nobody but myself. And, thank you for getting me out of this poisonous relationship, because at that time it was. Thank you for getting me through school, because it was a good experience overall. I probably would have gone to something different, like self-education, but, everything happens for a reason, and I understand that now. I felt like I could do anything. That limiting pattern that I was in, it was gone. Just gone. And to this day, I do new things all the time. Even with COVID, I do new things. I experience new things. I listen to new things. I explore, and I do self-education and self-help, and it's just amazing. It's amazing. The higher consciousness is there. I have that communication to it, and I listen to it, and I understand it. It doesn't, tell me exactly what it is. It gives it to me in thoughts. The thoughts that I have, it leads you to the right path. It does. I was in a few jobs, and either I left or I was fired, and it was the universe saying, you gotta get out of here. You gotta get out of here. And as soon as I did, either the business went belly up, they were gonna cut me anyway, so it didn't matter, or I found a job that was infinitely better the next day. Or I found a better opportunity that has, given me a whole new level of people to talk to, people to experience life with, and relationships that not only that I have treasured for the rest of my life, and I will continue to, even when I'm long and married with children. I'll look back at the relationships and understand of the power that they had with me. But also, I have more optimism for the future. And I know that I'm going to be protected and safe. And I hope that for you too. You will experience that once this crown chakra opens. The process of getting to this point might be longer than others. It's not a contest. It's not an anything. And you can't just copy and paste. You got to do this yourself. You got to face those fears. You have to conquer those demons. You have to clear. And you will, whatever you'll find it in. I do thank you for listening. If you do want to know more about how the opening of chakras can benefit you in many of ways, go ahead and check out the first link in the description. It's a free sign up, a free video, and I'm the person that you're going to be hearing from. So go ahead and check that out. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Next week, we're going to do a brand new series. I am so excited about that. I'll do an announcement video to get us started on that, and I am so pumped up.